Hey everyone, welcome back to English Channel, your space to learn how to speak English fluently, confidently, and naturally. Before we start, make sure to subscribe and follow. Every video here brings you one step closer to mastering your English and achieving your dream career. Today, we're doing something special. A full professional job interview between Edward Cullen, a highly experienced senior manager at Grassi & Company, and an interviewer from KPMG, one of the world's Big 4 accounting firms. Through this conversation, you'll not only hear real professional English used in a corporate setting, but also learn how to structure your answers, build confidence, and sound fluent during a real interview. So, sit back, listen carefully, and practice along. Let's begin the interview.
Good morning, Edward. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm doing well, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Great to hear that. Let's start with a simple one. Could you please tell me about yourself?
Sure. My name is Edward Cullen. I'm currently working as a senior manager at Grassi & Company, where I've been for the past 5 years. In this role, I lead a team of financial analysts and auditors, focusing primarily on IFRS implementation, internal control assessments, and financial reporting for mid to large-scale clients. I completed my master's in accountancy from New York University, NYU, graduating with distinction. Before that, I achieved top grades in both O and A levels and maintained one of the highest GP scores throughout college. Over the years, I've built a strong foundation in financial analysis, risk management, and strategic advisory services. I live in New York City, and I'm truly passionate about continuous learning and professional growth. That's a brief overview of who I am professionally.
Did you notice how Edward kept his introductions short, focused, and professional? He mentioned his name, current position, experience, education, and key skills. No personal details, no unnecessary stories. This is exactly how you should introduce yourself in a real corporate interview. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Could you please tell me about yourself? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
That's a good, Edward. Could you tell me a bit more about your educational journey?
Of course. I began with a strong foundation in commerce and accounting during my O and A levels, where I consistently ranked in the top percentile. I went on to pursue my bachelor's and master's degrees in accountancy from NYU, focusing on corporate finance, auditing standards, and data-driven decision-making. During my master's program, I completed a project on automation in financial reporting, where we analyzed how digital tools can enhance compliance and reduce manual errors. That project gave me a solid understanding of financial technology integration, something that aligns closely with KPMG's current focus on digital transformation in audit and advisory.
Notice how Edward linked his academic project directly to the company's interest. This shows research, relevance, and initiative. When you mention your studies, always relate them to the position you're applying for. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Could you tell me a bit more about your educational journey? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
Tell me more about your current role at Grassi & Company. What are your main responsibilities there?
Certainly. As a senior manager, I oversee a team of 12 professionals, including associates, analysts, and assistant managers. My core responsibilities include supervising end-to-end audit engagements, conducting financial risk assessments, reviewing client financial statements for IFRS and GAAP compliance, and presenting key findings to senior leadership and external stakeholders. I also lead training sessions for new staff, helping them understand audit methodology and data analytics in accounting. On a typical day, I collaborate closely with clients, review reports, and ensure project deliverables are completed efficiently and accurately. It's a fast-paced environment, but I truly enjoy the challenge. It keeps me learning and growing.
Excellent structure. Edward listed his key duties in clear, bullet-style sentences and used professional verbs like oversee, conduct, lead, and collaborate. These are powerful action words that make your answer sound confident and polished. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Tell me more about your current role. What are your main responsibilities there? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
That's impressive. Could you share some of your key achievements or accomplishments in your current role? Perhaps something not mentioned in your resume?
Absolutely. Last year, I led a cross-functional project where we implemented an automated reconciliation system across 3 major client accounts. This initiative reduced manual workload by nearly 40%, improved accuracy, and was later adopted company-wide as a best practice. I also developed an internal mentorship framework that pairs senior managers with junior staff, which increased employee retention and team performance. These accomplishments might not be highlighted in my resume, but they're projects I'm particularly proud of because they reflect leadership, innovation, and measurable results.
Perfect example of how to showcase achievements. Edward used numbers, 40% reduction, and results. Remember, in interviews, always back up your achievements with data or measurable outcomes. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Could you share some of your key achievements or accomplishments in your current role? Perhaps something not mentioned in your resume? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
Tell me about your team. How large is it, and how do you manage teamwork and collaboration?
Currently, I lead a team of 12. Collaboration is at the heart of what we do. We work in an environment that values transparency, communication, and accountability. I hold weekly team huddles to discuss challenges and progress, and I make sure every member feels heard and supported. I believe great leaders are also great listeners. I would describe myself as a team player, a problem solver, and someone who thrives in a collaborative environment.
Did you notice those adjectives? Team player, problem solver, collaborative. Using positive professional adjectives helps you define your work personality clearly and memorably. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Tell me about your team. How large is it, and how do you manage teamwork and collaboration? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
Can you tell me about a project you've managed that you think relates closely to the position here at KPMG?
Certainly. I led a financial risk restructuring project for a multinational client in the technology sector. The project involved auditing their global subsidiaries and aligning their reporting systems under a unified IFRS-based framework. We faced challenges with inconsistent data and local regulations, but by coordinating with international teams, We successfully completed the transition within 6 months, ahead of schedule. That experience taught me the importance of cross-cultural communication, adaptability, and stakeholder management, which I believe are directly relevant to the global structure of KPMG.
Fantastic linking again. Edward doesn't just describe what he did, but also what he learned. That's a key lesson for you. Always include the takeaway. It shows reflection and professional growth. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Can you tell me about a project you've managed that you think relates closely to the position here at KPMG? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
That's great. What did you learn from your previous experiences that you think will help you succeed here?
I've learned that technical expertise is essential, but communication and adaptability are what make teams thrive. From my previous roles, I've developed a strong ability to explain complex financial data in simple terms for clients, bridging the gap between analysis and decision-making. I've also learned the value of feedback. It's the foundation of improvement. I apply that mindset both to my team and myself.
Did you notice those adjectives? Team player, problem solver, collaborative. Using positive professional adjectives helps you define your work personality clearly and memorably. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Tell me about your team. How large is it, and how do you manage teamwork and collaboration? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
What would you say are your key strengths and perhaps one area you're still working to improve?
My key strengths include analytical thinking, leadership, and clear communication. I'm also very results-driven and have strong attention to detail. As for areas of improvement, I would say delegation. Earlier in my career, I often tried to take on too much myself, but over time, I've learned that empowering others leads to better outcomes. Now I actively mentor and delegate with trust, which helps the entire team grow.
This is how you present a weakness, with honesty but also with growth. Never just say, "I'm a perfectionist." Show how you've improved and turned it into a strength. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. What would you say are your key strengths and perhaps one area you're still working to improve? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
Outside of work, what do you like to do in your free time?
I enjoy cycling and reading business biographies. Cycling keeps me focused and disciplined, while reading about great business leaders inspires new perspectives that I often bring into my work.
Two professional hobbies, health and learning. Always choose hobbies that reflect positive traits like discipline, curiosity, or teamwork. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. Outside of work, what do you like to do in your free time? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
So, Edward, what motivated you to apply for this position at KPMG?
KPMG's reputation for innovation and integrity is truly inspiring. I've always admired how KPMG combines data analytics, technology, and human insight to help clients navigate complex challenges. I see this opportunity as the perfect next step to expand my expertise in global advisory projects, while contributing my background in financial analysis and risk management. I'm especially drawn to KPMG's learning culture. I value continuous development, and I'm eager to take on challenging assignments that push me further.
Powerful closing logic. Edward aligned his personal growth with the company's vision. When you answer, why this company? Show that your values and career goals match the company's culture. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. What motivated you to apply for this position? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
What certifications or technical skills do you hold that will help you in this role?
I'm a certified public accountant, CPA, and hold an ACCA qualification as well. I'm proficient in data analytics tools such as Power BI and Advanced Excel, and I have hands-on experience with audit automation platforms. I've also completed IFRS update workshops from the AICPA Institute, ensuring that I stay aligned with the latest reporting standards. These certifications not only validate my technical expertise, but also demonstrate my commitment to continuous professional development, something I know KPMG values highly.
Excellent. Short, precise, and relevant. When mentioning skills, always connect them to how they'll help in the new role. Now practice. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your answer. What certifications or technical skills do you hold that will help you in this role? Excellent. Now move on to the interview.
Where do you see yourself in the next few years, and how does this role fit into that vision?
In the next 5 years, I am to take on a leadership role in global advisory services, contributing to strategic decision-making for multinational clients. Joining KPMG gives me the perfect platform to achieve that, with exposure to global markets, cross-border projects, and a culture that encourages growth. I believe this position aligns perfectly with my long-term goal of creating value through innovation and integrity in financial consulting.
Edward, that was a very insightful discussion. Thank you for sharing your experiences and perspectives today.
Thank you for the opportunity to interview for this role. I've really enjoyed our discussion today, and I'm very interested in contributing my experience in financial analysis and IFRS implementation to your team. I look forward to hearing about the next steps.
And that concludes today's full professional interview simulation with Edward Cullen and KPMG. I hope this episode helped you understand how to structure answers, use confident expressions, and maintain natural English flow in a corporate interview. Remember, confidence is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking clearly and purposefully. Replay this video, shadow Edward's responses, and notice the rhythm, tone, and professional vocabulary. And before you go, if you want to relax and keep learning while you rest, don't forget to explore our sleep learning playlist right here on English Channel. Keep practicing, keep improving, and remember, every word you learn brings you one step closer to fluency. This is English Channel, helping you grow your confidence, one conversation at a time. See you in the next lesson.